Hey you guys, and welcome back. I realized that I did not do a what's in my travel bag before I left for Ireland, but now that I'm back, I decided before I unpack my makeup bag that I would just share with you guys everything that I took with me makeup wise to Ireland. If you guys have been following along on my Instagram, or if you have been paying attention to my videos, you know that I went on my first ever solo trip and I went to Ireland for 2 weeks. It was absolutely amazing. I loved that country so much. I did a tour of the entire island and it was the most incredible place in the world. It's definitely probably my favorite place in the entire world. I just have a feeling that I'm gonna live there one day. But I thought it would be nice to share with you guys the makeup that I took with me. I tried to keep things really minimal, but I still feel like I went overboard, and if I were to go again on another trip, I would take half the amount of stuff. Like, I definitely would not take as much stuff as I did. Picked up some like horrible cold cough thing on my last couple days of the trip. I apologize for my red nose and like my watery eyes and like my cough. Hopefully I can get through this video. I am drinking lemon ginger tea, which is such a lifesaver. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and let's just hop into it. So I did switch up my makeup bag. I used to have another one. I think I did like a what's in my weekend makeup bag a while ago, like maybe last year. I had a different bag, but I purchased this one right before my trip because I wanted something that was like more portable and that could fit more things in it. This looks really big, but it does like squish down, like it's not full at all, so it squishes down quite a bit. And I carried this in my backpack. I just did carry-on, so I took like a backpack and a suitcase. It does squish down quite a bit, but if I did need to fill it up, like this like stretches like an accordion. I don't know the brand or anything, but it's just your basic makeup case. It does have two pouches, this one on top, which is really little, and then this big one on the bottom. So I'm gonna go through what's in the bottom first and share that with you guys. Like I said, I packed way too much. You definitely don't need to take this much makeup with, and if I were to go again on a trip tomorrow, I would bring half the amount. I did bring a little moisturizer. This was actually just a sample size. It was perfect because it was so little, and it's the Neutrogena Hydro Boost gel cream. I am so glad I brought a moisturizer. I don't wear a moisturizer regularly. Like, actually, I don't wear one at all. When you travel, your skin can get very, very dry, and all like the airplanes and everything like that, like your skin can just really dry out. So I'm really glad I brought this because it kept my face hydrated. The foundation I brought with was the Maybelline Dream Urban Cover Full Coverage Protective Sunscreen. This also comes with SPF 50. I'm wearing it on my skin today and it's so good. I love this product so much. I'm so glad I purchased it. I got mine in the shade 220 Natural Beige, and I actually purchased it because of the trip. I didn't want to have to bring my actual SPF because it's really big. It's the Aveeno Sensitive Skin one. It's just quite big and bulky, and I didn't want to have to bring that big product with. It lasted on my skin all day. It provided really, really nice coverage. It made my skin look smooth and flawless. It was actually such a good foundation. I did bring a concealer with, but I actually found that I didn't wear it really at all. I didn't have much time in the morning, so I pretty much used this foundation and did not use a concealer on top of it. I didn't think I needed it. I mean, I didn't really care about my like under eye bags and stuff, but I did bring a concealer just in case. This was the Wet n Wild Photofocus Concealer in the shade light medium beige. Like I said, I barely used it, so it's probably not really necessary if you're like me and you don't really care about your under eyes that much. I also brought my Rimmel Concealer Kit, and I brought this for the sole purpose of covering pimples. I feel like I do break out when I travel. I don't know why. I just don't drink enough water and I don't eat healthy. I'm glad I brought it actually because I did get a pimple. I haven't been able to find this concealer anywhere, like in any drugstores here. So I really think that they discontinued this product, which is so sad because it's like one of my favorite drugstore products of all time. It just covers so well. Half the time when I'm at home, not on this trip, but when I'm at home getting ready for work, I pretty much only use this concealer on problem areas, and then I just use a powder and that's it. So I hope they didn't discontinue it, but I do think that they did. Oh my god, my cough is killing me. The powders that I brought with were the Milani Conceal and Perfect Shine Proof Powder. I have mine in the shade Natural, and the reason I brought this one with was because I wanted something that would make my makeup last. This whole trip I was just about making my makeup last because I knew that I would have really, really long days and I didn't want my makeup to be like sliding off my face by the end. This is such a nice setting powder. I think it made my skin look very smooth. It provided some coverage. You can use it as a foundation, like an actual powder foundation, but I just used it as a setting powder and it worked for me. For my under eye powder, which I actually didn't end up using very often because half the time I didn't wear concealer, but I did bring with my favorite Milani Prep Set and Glow Illuminating Transparent Powder. This is a new one because I used up my first one. I probably won't even bother bringing this with next time. Like, I think I could do it just one powder and use that for my under eyes if I need to. I don't think I need to bring like a separate setting powder for my under eyes, but I did bring this one with. Next time I will. For my blush and bronzer, I brought with this e.l.f. blush and bronzer duo. I love multitasking face palettes and things like that. Like, I like them for every day, but I also love them if I have like a weekend away, or if I'm staying at my parents', or if I travel, which I don't do that often, but they come in handy when you are somebody who just likes one product. It saves space. This is the shade St. Lucia, and I think I use this probably every day. Like, sometimes I didn't use the blush, but I use the bronzer pretty much every day. They're just really solid products, and I can't really think of anything bad to say about this. They're both a bit of a satin finish, so they give your face a nice sheen. I'm not about like that contoured, chiseled look that much, so I didn't mind having just like satiny products. However, I would not bring these next time because I barely use them. I think I used them like twice the whole trip. I brought them with because I was really into creams in the summer, and then I thought, well, what if I still want to use cream products when I'm on my trip? And then I ended up not using them. I did bring with the Quo Trio. It's the blush, bronzer, and highlight cream stick trios. Like I said, I barely use these, and I would not bring these with next time I travel because it's just a little bit tougher to use cream products, or I feel like they take longer in the morning, so I just reached for this duo instead every single day. I didn't even use the highlighter. I was just going for a super matte look when I was on this trip, I think the whole time. Like, I don't know why, but I did. I do love creams. Like, when I'm home, I'll be using cream products all the time, but for traveling, it's just easier to use powders, I think. I think it's easier. Setting spray I brought with was the Maybelline Lasting Fix. This I bought for the trip, and I bought it because I wanted something that would make my makeup last the entire day, and this has up to 16 hours of wear time, supposedly. A really good setting spray. I really like it. I think it's a little bit big to bring with maybe when you travel, but it did work really well, so I'm glad I took it with me. And those are all like the face products that I brought with. Like I said, that's probably way too much. I could cut out a lot of things just like thinking about it right now, but yeah, that's it. For eyebrows, I brought 2 products, and probably next time I won't bring the gel. I did bring the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Boost and Set, but I barely used it because I just didn't have time. I only really used my NYX Microbrow pencil in the shade Brunette. So I did bring one eyeshadow palette with. I wish that I had a smaller eyeshadow palette, like a travel eyeshadow palette that had the matte shades that I need for my crease, like light brown, dark brown, medium brown, and a matte black, and like one shimmer. Like, I wish I just had a palette that was that size, like super small, easy to use, had a good formula. I don't know, I just wish I had a palette like that because I ended up bringing a palette that was way too big. It fit in my bag, but I have never been able to find a good formula travel eyeshadow palette. If you have one in mind that's drugstore price that you think I would like and that has those shades that I just mentioned in it, please let me know because I would love to have a portable, easy to carry travel eyeshadow palette. But anyway, the one that I brought with was for Makeup Revolution, and I put it in the top section here. Section on the top will just open up like that. I have dropped so many things in this video, you guys have no idea. So this top section is really shallow, but it's where I kept the brushes that I brought with, and it's where I kept my eyeshadow palette. I'm gonna put this down before I drop more things. I brought with the Makeup Revolution Soph X Extra Spice palette. I brought it with because it had a black, it had all these browns, it had some shimmers that I didn't end up using. It had a big mirror because I didn't know what the mirror situations would be like. I stayed in a couple hostels, and I don't know, I just wanted like a mirror that would fit my face. Like I said, I would have preferred having like even like a palette that was just those 6 shades there, that was like small like that. I would love to have something that was that travel friendly, but this is what I brought with, and I really only used the matte browns and the black pretty much every day. But I mean, I did kind of bring it because of the mirror as well, so I don't know. This is what I brought with for my eyeshadow. For my mascara, well, I did bring with my eyelash curler from e.l.f., which I use every day, so I thought I would just bring it with. And I took with the Covergirl Exhibitionist mascara, which was actually new. I purchased it right before I left. So the last stuff I'm going to talk about are the brushes that I brought with and the lip products. Lip products is where I went a little bit crazy, and next time I will not bring this many. So the first thing that I brought with actually was the L'Oreal, I think these are called Shine and Plump lipsticks, and I picked up the shade Coconut Plump because I wanted something that was nude and glossy. I didn't really wear it that much on the trip, so I probably wouldn't bring it next time. I did bring with my NYX Suede Peach Don't Kill My Vibe lipstick. I really like this shade, and I brought it with because it's one of my favorites. Then I brought with these 2 new lip products that I was testing out. The NYX Lingerie Push-Up Lipsticks. I brought this shade Bedtime Flirt and Exotic. Lip products that are like pencils like this, I find are easier to bring with. They were super easy to apply in the morning, and the colors were quite neutral, so I did end up wearing these quite a bit. And then I also brought with 3 of the Maybelline Superstay ink crayons that I was also testing out. I brought Enjoy the View, which is like a peachy nude. I brought Live on the Edge, which I'm wearing on my lips right now. And then I brought a red, which was Hustle and Heels. I don't think I'll bring a red next time I travel. I didn't really wear this. I think I wore it one day. Those were all the lip products that I brought with. Like I said, if I was to go back in time, I would bring probably these 2 from Maybelline and maybe this nude. That's it. That's all I would bring with. That is all the makeup. For brushes, I didn't bring that many, but I kept all the brushes on this top layer here. My foundation brush was the Real Techniques buffing brush. I use this every day. I didn't bring a sponge with because that's such a hassle to travel with if it's wet and you put it back in your bag. I don't know. I brought a concealer brush with, which I didn't end up using that much because I didn't really apply concealer anyway. I also brought this with in case I use my cream products. Like, this is what I use for those cream sticks that I was showing you guys. But because I didn't really use those, I didn't really use this. So next time, I will not be bringing this. I did bring a setting powder brush, which came in really handy. Used it every day. This is the e.l.f. pointed powder brush. By the way, this is the Real Techniques contour brush. I don't think I mentioned that. For setting my under eyes, I brought the e.l.f. small tapered brush. I don't think I even use this very often because I didn't really set my under eyes. And then for my blush and bronzer, I took with one of these brushes from the Beige Cosmetics studded brush collection, I think. I don't know, it's just like some random brush that I brought with from Beige Cosmetics, like an angled contouring brush, and I used it for my bronzer and for my blush. For eyes, I did bring 4, but I only ended up really using this e.l.f. detailed crease brush, which is like a small crease brush. I did bring the e.l.f. I think this is like their smudger brush from their Beautifully Precise line. So this came in really handy because I used it for my black shadow that I used kind of as liner the whole trip. So I did use these 2 brushes every day. The ones that I didn't use, well, this one I didn't use at all. It's from Alter Ego, and I brought a fluffy crease brush as well from Alter Ego, which I also didn't really end up using. That is everything. My bag is empty. I'm so sad that I'm not in Ireland anymore. I miss it so much already, and I've been home for like a day. I hope you guys found this video helpful or interesting. I don't really know. I kind of like watching them because I like to see what other people bring. I don't really bring a lot of hair products with, like I just brought a brush and dry shampoo. I don't bring like a straightener or a hair dryer or anything like that, so I kind of brought a little bit more makeup than I probably needed to, but definitely will be paring this down the next time I travel because I don't need this much stuff. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe if you would like to see more videos, and I will see you in my next one.